Oh, I'm sorry, is it on? Because I didn't see
Yes.
anything, you just walked away. Hi! Greetings, family. What is today, babe? 29?
28.
28? Greetings to another one of your UB2Bs here at Frank 26 UB2Bs. We are together, like we do at nights, to talk about the Iraqi dinar investment. And want to make it very clear before we do anything, this is a speculative investment, okay? There's no date, there's no rate to be offered. What I offer you is my opinion. Take my opinion and think about it, take it to God in prayer, or just forget about my opinion. Don't worry about it. But it's good to be with everybody. I'm running late today. I apologize for that, but let's get to work. I said that yesterday should be the last day I ever talk about politics. All right. No. Look, this Adam, what's his name? Shifter. I call him uh, the face, the face shifter. No, the shape shifter. If you know what a shape shifter is, he changed. He shape shifted the words that he read. And he falsified the records. He lied to Congress and to me. He made up the words very clearly in the call of the transcript, and he thought he got away with it. No, he did not. And it turns out that there could be some legal ramifications about this. Hold on a second. There could be some ramifications about this for him and the Democratic Party. Like I said yesterday, I was hoping that it would just come to an end and we could move on. But I don't know. I don't know. I said yesterday, maybe President Trump can just let it go and we can move on. But boy, did he shape that testimony with his own words? And the consequences could be, I mean, they could censure him. I mean, just to retract what he said to shut him up. He could be charged for conspiracy. Um, he could be charged for falsifying the records. Millions of people, millions of people across this planet Earth watched and witnessed this atom shift become a shape shifter, not only of himself as a human being, but of what he read. Now, is this important for our study? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. How? Already told you. Not going to waste your time or mine explaining it again. If you're new with us, welcome, welcome. You can check out all of our videos. Go back a few, catch up with us. If you really want to study, there's something called it's a gentleman, Shaka. Was his first name Shaka Fa Faka? Yeah, Shaka Faka. I remember this gentleman. Same thing. Accused also of racketeering and conspiracy because of what he did. Um, it was in the GPS case, but they got rid of him. He ended up resigning his political position. This is serious what this man has done. Falsified records that were important for the Democrats to hold on to whatever accusations they had, even though it didn't amount to a hill of beans. And their desperation was so transparent that they were willing to make up words in front of millions of people, in front of Congress. Oh my God. Every day it's getting worse and worse for our nation, with what's going on. The embarrassment is just going to get bigger. Yeah, this Shaka Fakah was accused of racketeering. I like how Donald Trump calls the Democratic Party the do-nothing Democrats. Because you know what? They're not doing anything. Except from the very moment they heard that he was going to run for president, they've spent all their money and all their time and efforts. Careful, Jan. Careful, Jan. It was pulling it down. They spent all their time and efforts in trying to get rid of Donald Trump. The man who is the solution for so many world financial problems. And if you solve the financial problems of a country, you do an awful lot to start solving the problems of starvation, of lack of clean water, of good health care. Anyways, his defense, this man doesn't he look like Jack Benny just a little bit, you know? Hey, Adam, are you serious? Are you mentally ill? Are you sick? You thought you could get away with that? Uh, I was just, well, Rochester, I was just kidding. So you consider that all of this is some kind of a joke? This bile spewing venom from the Democrats to get rid of the President of the United States? You consider this a joke that you would falsify in front of the whole world? How do you think that the world feels about you and the Democrats today? Every day you're just making it worse and worse and worse, and all you got to do is what I suggested: be humble, shut up and apologize, and just start working now for the people of the United States of America. Donald Trump calls you the do-nothing Democrats. I told you, you've opened up a Pandora box. This Pandora box is dangerous. It this whistleblower, as more and more, like an anthropologist, he's taking his brush and he's being very careful not to add to the burial. He's being real careful not to take away from this archaeological burial site. And as he cleans the layers away, slowly but surely, you come to realize, oh my gosh, look, what is that? That's a whistleblower bone. Yeah, it's a whistleblower bone. Look at that. And the more that we study carefully, I think the more we're going to find out that the whistleblower was actually part of a group of people that were put together very, very professionally and with lots of money, but with no ammunition of any kind. No, just make it up, go on out there. And this group of people, when they find out, starting with the whistleblower, and then boom, and then boom, and boom, 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 boom. Oh my gosh, it's going to be a really bad for the Democrats. Really bad. Which will then lead to ask questions about Obama. In my opinion, 8 years of things that Obama did had to be buried. Had to be buried. But because of what's going on right now, and with the latest thing, this falsifying of records, the audacity, the nerve, the insult to do this, um, it's going to backfire now even bigger, bigger. When they get to Hillary, I really don't care what happens to these politicians. I care what happens to my nation, to the United States of America. Oh well, good luck. And like I said, I shouldn't talk too much more about politics, but because of this revelation this morning, it's like wow. But you know what? This whistleblower, whatever team, whatever group, whatever party he belongs to, because he is, it's obvious now. He had nothing, and he's not by himself. He's being sponsored to do what he's doing, in my opinion. But just the way, and I presented this idea to you yesterday, that in my opinion, just the way that Donald Trump is dealing with stubborn countries, and amazingly enough, has caused them to change in our direction, in our advantageous direction, is the same way that, in my opinion, Donald Trump, the President of the United States, right now is playing the Democratic Party and the media like a beautiful Stradivarius. The chills will hit those notes just right. There was a guy on Americans Got Talent. He was a young black man. He wore a band and he had his hair in braids, and he had problems, neurological problems with his hands. Eventually, he won't be able to use his hands anymore, but for right now, he could play that violin like nobody's business. And Donald Trump is playing the Stradivarius right now like nobody's business, brilliantly. He, in the same way he handled China, North Korea, Russia, Venezuela, Mexico, the G20, in the same way that he handled them is how he is handling right now what the Democratic Party is trying to do to him as an individual, not even just as a president, but as an individual, as a human being. There's a vengeance beyond the presidency. This is a sick vengeance. A sick vengeance that just very simply does not give a darn what they say. They don't care about the facts. They just want to hear the impression of what he heard and what he heard and what he heard that he heard that he heard. And then the shifter changes it to his advantage. You don't think that we're catching on, Democrats? Well, the latest polls from the NPR are coming out and saying that, hey, American citizens, how many of you want to impeach? How many of you want to impeach Donald Trump? 49%. Fine. How many of you don't want to impeach Donald Trump? 46%. Next week, watch those numbers flip and watch them become even more and more and more in the direction of the Republicans. Citizens, American citizens, according to this poll this morning, favor Donald Trump 8% higher than they do Nancy P, whatever her. Yeah, there you go, Nancy P. It's shifting. That big pendulum is coming back in the direction of logic, because these people, these Democrats, these Obamas, these Clintons, these organizers of a whistleblower, they're in denial. It's like a pregnant woman. It's like a pregnant woman that was promiscuous, and she looks right at the camera and she says, "But I never had sex." Never. Not once in my life. Immaculate conception, huh? Okay. Denial. And I know, and I've seen people like that. Denial. It's like a drunk. The Democrats are, I said yesterday, they're drunk. It's like a drunk man insisting that he is not drunk as the bartender is cleaning the vomit off of the bar that he gave him. The facts are right there. It's too obvious. Don't deny. It bothers me a lot. It bothers me a lot. Okay, enough of that garbage. Oh, by the way, did you know that Sirius radio station had a POTUS station? I didn't know that. I am sick of watching the news on television. Although today I saw Fox had a panel of people, and there was only one Democrat sitting there amongst, I don't know, it's probably like about 8, 9, and 10 of them. Only one Democrat, and he was like, well, what can I say? It is what it is. We did that. And the others were like, no, this ain't right. This is not right what you guys did. And that was on Fox, like, whoa, okay. So the POTUS channel is channel 124 on Sirius radio station. I never knew that he had his own radio station. How about that? I'm too busy doing other things. But yeah, you might want to check that out. I guess if I was to go, I told you I only watch one news station. But if I was to give another one after Owen, yeah, it would probably be Fox. Let's talk about the Iraqi dinar. You want to? On our forum at ktfalways.com, ktfalways.com. If you're not a member of that forum, it's free. Well, then you won't be able to follow, but you can at least listen. So let me help you. Post number 60 from Samson. Rashid Bank decides to replace the card with MasterCard's. And it goes on and it talks about all this good stuff about the decision check this out, quote, the decision of Rashid Bank to replace the key card with its MasterCard is a step that will lead to keeping the data of citizens. The what? The what? The data of citizens. Now, go back in your notes. It was 3 days ago. Do you remember that I think it was on Monday, now that I think about it. It was more than 3 days ago. I believe it was Monday when we told you that Walking Stick had told us that right now, what they were, wow, look at that. I said Walking Stick, and look who just posted. Look who just posted. Hold on a second, please. Copy, sir. I will pray for you. Talk to you tomorrow. I'm sorry, family. Hold on. I don't mind sharing this with you. This is what he just texted me. I tried to get a hold of him because I wanted to see if he was ready to talk to me about about the files that he had for over the weekend. But he was rushed into the hospital. So we will talk with him, God willing, tomorrow. The database, the data of citizens. If you go back into your notes, you are going to see that we talked to you. And we said, and Walking Stick told you, they are working on the database of the citizens. The quote, the decision of Rashid to replace the key card with its MasterCard is a step that will lead to keeping the data of the citizens' salaries within the bank, and in order to ensure more transparency in the monetary policy of Rashid Bank. In other words, in the monetary reform. the banks of Iraq. Yeah, database, we told you, and here they're telling you this as well too. But here's what's interesting. In our notes, in fact, in our notes here, hear that? That's old news. All of this that you're reading today looks good on it. It's good, but it's old. It's been done, overdone. It's done. All I am waiting for is for them to announce that they have lifted the value of their currency. Whether they announce it or whether they just do it automatically on their CBI website, that's all I'm waiting for. That's all my teams are waiting for. Nothing else. Nothing else. Because the evidence that is out there is too strong to ignore. I've said it before that if we presented all of these files to a court of law, so what's the case? Well, it's me against the CBI. What's the problem? What are you accusing them of? They haven't raised the value of their currency yet. And here's all the files. So the judge looks at everything. He looks at the final article threads, and he looks at everything, and he finally looks at me and he says, we're throwing this case out of court. Why are you wasting my time? I mean, the evidence shows, obviously, yeah, they're going to. You don't know when, but yeah, they're going to. Here's another piece of evidence, for example. Holly Boosie, post number 28. Holly Boosie comes out and he says, Iraq will not be within the axis. What's that mean? You'll see in a minute. But, he says, wait for it. But we will be a hub in itself. Not at a program rate. And you certainly wouldn't be saying something like this, so boisterous, so machismo, so monetario, unless you knew damn well that what you're about to do. How can you be a central financial hub at a program rate with Keystone primitive banks? Oh, but no, you see, you're modern. You're hooked up with the international world. You're coming out with a brand new currency. You're going to raise the value. You've done all of this. Yes, you're going to become a central hub. My gosh, you're going to become a mecca. And that's why me and my teams are only waiting for them to do what they need to do. Nothing else. Nothing else. In fact, what I find interesting, let me see if I can find this. Post number 25. Post number 25. You want to go see this one. It says and by the way, Perkinley, Perkinli, a member of KTFalways.com. Thank you. You brought this post out to us, post number 25. And it's interesting because I also got, oh, Lordy. Well, it may take me a while. I'll eventually find it, but at least y'all can go to post number 25 and you're going to see Wells Fargo. What about Wells Fargo? Wells Fargo, here, Tink, 904. Oh, shoot, here it is. Never mind, honey. Wells Fargo. Hey, Frank. What? I was browsing around, okay, studying, okay. And I found out the following, from the bank that says it's a scam. What'd you find? Well, it looks like they are now putting up all kinds of instructions in case you want to exchange foreign currency. They are? Yeah, they are. No, yeah? No, yeah. What's it called? Timing? Yeah, okay. um, wouldn't it be great if they gave instructions on how to exchange the Iraqi dinar? Hey, Frank, what? They are. What? They are. No, yeah, no, yeah. Let me see. Right here, look. First, I got to cover up the phone number up on top there. You see that? I hope you can see it. Tink, are you backing me up there?
Yes.
Can they see it?
Uh-huh.
You see, here, let me get closer there.
Your fingers are showing the number.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, be nice to my friend. Don't bother them, okay? Thank you kindly. But check that out. Wells Fargo. Let me see if I can blow up the picture. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Wells Fargo. What? Want to talk about the Iraqi dinar? Oh, sure. Oh, is it a scam? What scam? What you talking about, Willis? How about some other currencies? Sure. Okay. All righty, Wells Fargo. Thank you very much. Here's euros, exchanging euros. Here's exchanging Iraqi dinar. Here is exchanging, oh, I see, for the American dollar. Here's another one. Let's see what this one says. Whoa. Oh, my God. Remember yesterday I told you that we found many other places where the dinar is being put up at a rate? And I had somebody said, no, it's been that way forever. Really? You want to challenge me? Because I actually said that's been up there for quite a while. We knew that. What we were going to offer you tonight is last night, we were going to offer you other sites that are showing it. Yeah, but I suppose, get very sensitive. Nobody questions my teams. Nobody questions my wife. Nobody questions my family, my staff. I stand by them at KTFA. So I took it home with me. But instead, I bring you this. This is another one, Wells Fargo. Look at this. Check this out. I ain't going to say nothing. Look at every line. And what was it that I said? Well, what was it? Likeforex.com, that one that somebody found, so I talked about it. I didn't tell you ours. And likeforex.com, what does it do? I told you that if I was in charge of a counter site, hey, what's this? The Iraqi dinar. What about it? It's worthless. No, it looks like they're about to raise the value. Tell you what, let's run it through our systems. Get every rate you can, put it up there, take it off, bring it up, bring it down, bring it up, bring it down, bring it down, move it across borders, move it just on that platform on its own. But test it, make sure we're ready, because the moment that they raise the value, we want to be ready too. Of course you do, Wells Fargo. It'll be a cold day in Hades before I ever walk into your bank. And then Wells Fargo puts this out and they say, well, no, this is NetBind. This is another one. But you don't want all these, do you? Okay, just one more. 2019, the best 5 money market rates. The best rates update daily. You can get them here. La, 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 la. Okay, what you got? 10,000 plus visitors in the past month. See our 5 best online money market accounts. Compare rates, offers, and deposit accounts. Compare multiple market. La, 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 la. Okay, what about it? Well, this is about the CBI IQD rate. The what? Why the heck would anybody want to talk about the CBI IQD rate and what the heck is going on with their currency unless they were very good students? Fascinating, isn't it? Fascinating. I mean, all right, okay. So, dun 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 dun. Wells Fargo, you can't touch me. Dun 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 dun. I ain't gonna talk to you. You treated me like an imbecile. You embarrassed me in front of my family. All you had to do was tell me, "Hey, listen, that's not on our list. We don't know anything about it. We don't know anything. Have a good. Would you like a George Foreman grill set?" But no. What do you do? What do you do, Wachovia? 16, 15, 14 years, I don't even know, years ago, you sold me Iraqi dinars. You sold me, Wells Fargo, Iraqi dinars. You. You. One day I walk into your bank and I say, "I'd like to buy some more, please." No, that's a scam. We don't sell that anymore. What the heck are you talking about? We don't sell that. It's a scam. I'd like to talk to your legal department. Or what? Your manager, your boss, your legal department, whatever. Why? You sold me these dinars. You're telling me it's a scam? You scammed me when you sold these to me? I'm going to sue your ass. And the teller didn't know what to do. Did you ever go bowling? I love to bowl. Go bowling, right? Put that spin on it. I always get a strike. Always. In the other lane, but, I always get the strike. So anyways, that 9-pin, the one in the back, the one in the back right, this Wells Fargo guy, he didn't know what to do. He just wobbled like a 9-pin, like, do I help you or not? Finally, I was so angry. I told him, I said, just shut up. You don't even know what's going on. $9.95 an hour? No, I get paid $11. Oh, okay. It's late. Alrighty. Here we go. Let me find this because I want to talk to you about these things if I can look it up. Guess we'll work our way backwards so that I don't have to go all the way to the top. I'd like to tell you, family, oh my goodness, 22 questions, Claire? Really? 22 questions tonight? Jeez. Okay, post number 144 at ktfalways.com. Post number 144. You got Delta that brought this to us, and what it says is that the Bank of Commerce of Iraq, it says, it is necessary to deal with the U.S. punished. It is necessary to deal with the, quote, U.S. punished, unquote, in dinars. The U.S. punished in dinars. Dinars, U.S. punished. Oh, yes, the U.S. punished the dinar by putting it on a program rate. Yes, what about it? Okay. Let's see here. Well, Saturday, 28th September, the Bank of Commerce of Iraq, it says that it is necessary to deal with the U.S. punish. You mean the sanctions? Yes. With the U.S. punish. You mean the toilet paper value? Yeah. Okay. The U.S. punish. You mean the $11.90 you're carrying for your exchange rate right now? Yeah. Okay. It is necessary to deal with the U.S. punished in dinars. The National News Center dealing with Iraqi figures. Oh, your budget? Yeah, okay. Dealing with Iraqi figures with U.S. sanctions. You mean the program rate? Toilet paper value? Yeah, okay. Well, it cannot be done in dollars. Well, good for you. That's what well, first of all, MCPs of the auctions, bravo. The IMF, bravo. That's what they want. The President of the United States of America, don't touch my dollar. Use your own money. Bravo. The President says, play fair and give value to it. You're going to do that, huh? Bravo. So you're telling me that the sanction that is put on your currency, as far as dealing with Iraqi figures, your budget, it just, these sanctions cannot be done in dollars. That's right. You can't use the American dollars anymore, can you? Oh my gosh, what are you going to do? Add value to your currency. Well, let me see here. So the head of Trade Bank, oh, here comes another big one of the four big banks here. The head of Trade Bank of Iraq said on Saturday that this is a concern, and then he added in a statement to the National News Center that the sanctions on Iraq figures prevent banking transactions with them in the dollar. Really? Yeah. What should we do? What should you do about it? Well, the dinar should be adopted instead. No Shiite. Of course. And that's what you're about to do. This is old stuff. Boring. But it's good stuff. Thank you, Delta, for bringing that. Questions. All these questions I got to answer tonight. Really. Alrighty. Post number 137. Inside of KTFalways.com. Well, it turns out that the Arab Monetary, the Arab Monetary League? Yeah, go ahead. What about it? It says that they adopt I don't even know what that word is. They adopt something of the Iraqi market for securities. Okay. International, love that word. International effort, Abdul Salam said that the interests of the regional and the international organizations in the Iraqi market stem from the recognition of the international effort on the importance of Iraq on the international stage, and that it... How many internationals is that? I love the last one, international stage. They're talking freely. The CBI, the GOI, is talking in the language of international freely. 3 times already they're saying it. And that it is coming to an important stage. Actually, they meant phase. Really? All of this? When? And it is coming to an important stage. The existence of close economic partnership between Iraq and the global market. Well, that would be Article 8, stupid. The whole global market that can achieve great benefit from dealing with Iraq, especially the geographic location and the wealth of the country. What wealth? You're broke. No, we're not. Okay, you're not. The wealth of the country can have a significant positive impact on the world's economy. Didn't I tell you this? Didn't I tell you Donald Trump is using Iraq that he's going to, the moment that this happens, light that fuse. Kaboom! Chain reaction. Boom, 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 boom. What was that? All the deals exploding that Donald Trump set up with all the countries. What's up, G20? How you like me now? And it says very plainly that the moment that we enter the international world, what a significant positive impact on the world's economies because of us. And the Arab Monetary Fund and the Iraqi security commissions that are in this framework are cooperating with us, and we get this all set up last month in September. Was in the month of September 2019 the listing of the Iraqi market for securities. I didn't read this part. This brings 17 of the members. Yeah, you might want to read this. Whoa. Add this to your repertoire. Your files, post number 137. Wow. Okay. Now, we have Delta that comes into our form, and Delta posts the following. There it is. Ta-da. What is that? What is that? Yeah, that's why you need to be a member of KTFalways.com. It's free. Because we show up any time of the day and we release information, and look at this. Yeah, the gurus out there, they copy and paste this and they take it to their site, but they don't know how to explain it. They don't know how to make faces like I do. Anyways, yeah, here, look at this. I blew it up. So Delta brings in the first one. Then Delta brings in the second one, and it says there's a huge demonstration in Iraq, and it's planned for the 1st of October. So what you doing, Iraqi Stock Exchange, Herbal Stock Exchange? What you guys doing on October the 1st? So it says that it starts from the Al Sadar city. It's a huge demonstration. It'll put the million man march to shame. Actually, that one put itself to shame. Not everybody showed up. And Delta says this huge demonstration in Iraq on October the 1st, it starts from Al Sadar city. The government of Iraq better act fast. Even Al Sadar can't take it anymore. So your question posed to me yesterday was, well, Frank, what happens if on October the 1st they're not ready? They're gonna hear about it from the citizens. You don't want to destroy the confidence that has been built between the government and the bank and the citizens. You don't want that. These pieces of information that we're sharing with you, family, are things that you just are not going to find at other sites. Ah, check it out. Look at it. He's starting to bother me again. You see this? Let's answer it. You want to? Watch. Hello? Hello? He probably thought it was a foghorn or something else. And next time I'm going to say, Gino Pizza, what you want? Anchovy special today. Yeah. Oops. What was that? Claire, I sent you a voice message by accident.
What you want? Anchovy special today. Yeah.
This is.
What you want? Anchovy special today. Yeah.
Sorry, Claire. Is she on?
Yeah.
She better know that, because if she finds that, she's going to panic and say, Frank wants what? Anchovy pizza? Anyways, where were we? Because I'm running out of time here. Oh, it's already 9 something. Let's hurry up here. So Delta brings us that, and Lordy, that's serious stuff. There's no doubt about it. Family, in my opinion, the Central Bank of Iraq and the government of Iraq are in cahoots, and that's good. They've always been separate entities, but they're together now for the introduction of their monetary reform, in my opinion. I believe that the two are united in the common goal to help establish the budget with the right figures. As you can see, they're telling you. I mean, they flat out told you. Will you stop breaking my UB2B? Anyways, where was I?
You made somebody mad.
What?
You made somebody mad, that's why it was thin.
Oh, check this out. Give me the speakers.
that you got a microphone right there.
Okay. My brother, how are you?
Good, brother. Sorry I missed your call today.
No worries. I'm actually live right now on my UB2B. The reason I called you is because I wanted to talk to you about some of the articles, but I pretty well went over them right now. No worries. Everything okay on your end?
Everything's okay, but you saw that it's going to be. It looks like this demonstration is going to be. I believe one of the hugest one ever that did happen in Iraq. So basically, it's all over social media, Facebook. It's going to start from Southern City, but they're talking about it. It's going to be like a revolutionary one. This is really is going to be very effective and very big, and I think it's going to be. It has to change a lot of things because the government really they have to move fast. The CBI, whatever they need to do, because if they don't, I want to tell you the truth, it's going to be very bad. If they don't do because this one is going to be all over Iraq, and they're talking about millions and millions of people. They're going to go demonstrate, and they're setting the date for the first. They're inviting everybody through the social media, Facebook, to join them, and this is what's going on here.
It's not just the citizens.
We'll watch and see what's going to happen.
Not just the citizens, but the outside world is being invited, like you say. I mean, on October the 1st, NASDAQ is waiting for the Iraqi dinar to come on over and join them because they signed a contract to start trading international. Doesn't mean that it has to be on October the 1st, but the Iraqi Stock Exchange better show up on NASDAQ and start setting up their platform to do so. I want them to raise the value before then. If not, fine. Let's get that value raised as soon as possible so that you can start doing your trading and allowing the Iraqi dinar to grow in value outside of your country. Now, the holy man, Sastini, he says, look at here, you're going to do this, right? Now, just to make sure, I'm going to gather everybody and we're going to make sure that we pound on your doors, CBI, GOI, to keep your promise to us. Is this the way you interpret it, Delta?
Absolutely, Frankie. And this is what's going on here. It looks like I put the notes there that people even remember Sadr 2-3 weeks ago he said that the government is done, which is he given them like the last chance to do something because there's people that need jobs, they need work, and then even the Iraqi Stock Exchange, like you said. The Central Bank of Iraq, they have to, raise the value, reinstate their currency, accept Article 8 in order for the Iraqi Stock Exchange to move forward. Even the TBI, the Trade Bank of Iraq, until now they're not operational in Saudi Arabia because they're waiting for Article 8.
Yeah.
So the government, they're taking their time, they're very slow in moving stuff. By the way, I just find out that, remember this article that came up from the CBI, that they did link all their database from all the branches in North and South. And this was, remember when the system was down, the Central Bank of Iraq?
Yeah.
They went down so many times. So this is what's going on. When they were down there, they're linking up their basically a database from the central Baghdad to basically Erbil to Basra. So that's why the system went down. So we were absolutely correct when they went down, but every time they go down, they do something. But this is what's going on here. The CBI, they have to move very fast. The government, about the matter, today he did fire, actually, he replaced one of the biggest general in Iraq with someone else, which was a big mistake because this guy was very popular. He was very good. He's the one that he helped eliminating Daesh from Mosul. For some reason, he just had an executive order to replace this guy, and he put someone else. So everybody is criticizing Abdul Mahdi because of this move from Sadr, from everybody. I mean, this guy was very popular. It's very shocking.
It's a good way to say goodbye to Mahdi, isn't it?
Yes, so the Mahdi, what I'm trying to get out of this is, I mean, really we talked about this so many times, over like a 2, 3, 4, they have to move fast, But now, it's going to be very, very bad if they don't really do something because I do believe this demonstration, that's a dumb. I mean, this one is going to make them or break them what they have to do because this one is going to be very bad for the government if they don't do something. They have to keep moving. The CBI, they have to do something They have to move very, very fast on this, and everybody knows that. TBI, contract, ISX, I mean, everybody's waiting on one thing only because they cannot move forward without it. People are sick and tired from them waiting and waiting and waiting. And like you said, too, I mean, the NASDAQ has to go international. This was supposed to happen 2, 3, 4 months ago. They keep dragging their feet. You know, they like to wait to the last nanosecond, like you see all the time. But this time, you know, thank God we have Muqtada Sadr behind those people, because this guy, he cannot take it anymore. They want to change, not only for the currency, they need jobs, they need people to start working. But remember, how many companies like you and me, we know this, they're lining up to get in, to offer jobs, provide jobs, but they cannot get in without Article 8. Even the re-instructions and constructions of Iraq, they cannot restart, and they're supposed to start October 2. The reconstructions, remember, that even Kuwait, they released some of the funds for them to start doing it, but they cannot do it. You know, China, $500 billion, they have a deal, they came back. So they have to really to move very fast. In my opinion, if I want to save my job at Abdul Mahdi and, you know, the CBI to the active, of course, the CBI, I don't blame the CBI, the most I blame the government, because remember, yes, the CBI is independent, yes, the CBI can both pull the trigger at any time, but still has to be with the coordination of the government. So if Abdul Mahdi, for example, he doesn't agree on the date or whatever it is, that's why they're waiting, but we know the CBI is ready to go. In my opinion, of course, I know the whole team's opinion, we got one more week. It's going to start basically Sunday all the way down to Thursday. Yeah. They have to do something. Otherwise, the first, remember what happened in Egypt, right? When the revolution.
Good point.
And this one might be the same. This one might be the same thing, believe it or not. This is very, very, very big. This is no joke around it. This is now they have to do something for those citizens. So, like I said, and they might cut some some street. Maybe the internet might go down for a while. So I'm telling you, just in case people that don't, get surprised or something like that happen, because it's going to be a big one. You know, it's going to be more than 5 to 6, maybe 10 million people all over every city, every province. They're going to participate in that, so the government can move forward and do something for them. But this is definitely good for us. And hopefully this move will make the government and the central bank of Iraq do something and move forward, so the citizen can do something. At least if you give them some kind of relief, they have part of purchase or something like that. So that way, even if you have a demonstration on the first, at least you did something. But until now, Abdul Mahdi didn't do anything, and people they're just sick and tired of that. And if they don't do anything, it might cause some AC basically. Today was Abadi, actually, I'm not sure who was in the TV. He's asking Muqtada Sadr to join him, so they can basically take the government and take the country in the right way.
Yeah,
because
I saw
of
that.
corruptions, all kind of stuff. So everything is really very, very sensitive now for the government. We know the CBI is ready. They are any moment they have to pull this, but it looks like they took their time, but they have to move forward before it's too late. For the citizens, because the demonstrations again. That's going to be one of the huge, one that is going to be good for us too as investors, because I was praying to God that the citizens do something, because then that's the only things you can move the government. All the countries like Egypt, remember, they moved the whole government because of that demonstrations was all over. So it's very effective, and now you got Muqtada Sadr backing that up. And it's all over basically the media right now. So I'm gonna see and watch what's gonna happen. The CBI is gonna open this, tonight basically, or Sunday through Thursday, and we'll see what's the next move, because you and I and everybody knows everything's done, everything's set to go. But what they are waiting for, this is the only things that nobody knows why the government is taking their time until they get rid of him. And by the way. Abdul Mahdi used to be a prime minister before, that for only a short time. But they took him off because he was very weak, and that is a problem too. He's very lenient toward Kurdistan. They're talking too about the 2019 budget and the 2020 that they might not even give anything to Kurdistan, because until now,
I saw that.
almost 3 more months, Kurdistan, they did not even give any money from the oil that they're supposed to give. So everybody's mad. So Abdulmadi is a very sensitive situation. So something really has to happen to calm down those people that they can start on Tuesday. By the way, the first is going to be on Tuesday, but this is what I have as a report for you,
No,
Frankie.
no fail with the citizens. It cannot fail with the citizens. And the citizens are saying this coming Tuesday, do not fail us. Do not fail us,
Absolutely.
government and Central Bank of Iraq. Well, thank you, my brother.
Absolutely.
Did you want to say anything more? I got to answer a bunch of questions. That's what I do on Saturdays for them. Any last comments? And I thank you for your report on this.
No, so I mean, this is what's going on, and you saw basically that another basically article came from the TBI stating that, instead of we deal with all of those persons that have sanctions from the U.S., we can deal with the donors instead. So that gives indication again that they're ready to go. We know they're ready, but why they're taking their time? This is what making everybody, not only investors and other people, even the Iraqi citizens, really very mad because those people, they need jobs and they need the economy to move forward. But very interesting to see what's going to happen. And that was my final things, Frankie. But I'm going to update you if anything happens. We're going to keep, of course, in touch as usual. But say hi to the family and.
Oh, they're listening.
We'll see you soon, buddy.
They're listening. They're listening to you. So say goodbye to them right now. Take care, brother.
Goodbye, family. I love you all, and hopefully we'll meet soon. We'll see.
Indeed.
God bless you guys.
God bless you too. Take care. Bye-bye, Delta.
Bye-bye.
Now, it's getting late, so here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to even read you that. I didn't read you his Firefly's report yesterday, did I? But we read it in team chat. What I need to do right now is answer some questions because that's what I do on Saturdays. And on Saturdays, inside of ktfolways.com, we have a section called Premium. On Fridays, I go in there and I talk to them a little more than I do outside. I sometimes rehash it again on Monday so everybody gets involved and no one's left out. And then on Saturday, like today, I answer questions, and here we go. These are, I think, 20 questions. I only answer the questions from inside of our form for our premium members. Here we go. Question number 1 from Stephen Doy. Which situation is most likely to force the CBI to post their new IQD rate? NASDAQ launch, the new WTO status, the 2020 budget, the current HCL calculations, the Fab 4 pressure, Iraq constitutional mandate. Well, Stephen, in my opinion, all of them. And I'm not trying to generalize and be simple, but let's go down that list and you'll see what I mean. Number 1, and family, when you ask me a question, just ask me one question, please. Don't. It's easier on my brain. There's just too many, Which situation is most likely to force the CBI to post their new IQD rate? The NASDAQ launch. You better believe it. NASDAQ wants to make money. You owe me money, sucker. I've been advertising for you for the longest time. People have been asking me, what in the dickens are we doing messing around with a program rate, a sanctioned currency? Now you get in here. If you're ready, you're ready. And if you're not, you're not. But either way, get in here. That's pressure. Then you have the WTO status. But that's not pressure. That's evidence. You cannot be part of the WTO with sanctioned currency. You can be part of the WTO with low-valued currency. Well, that sucks. They're taking advantage, but not anymore. Actually, they're making adjustments. But if your currency is sanctioned, it doesn't matter what the rate is, what the value is. They don't want you. You can't be WTO. And all of a sudden, they're WTO at the last nanosecond. That's evidence. The 2020 budget. Yeah, I just read to you that they said, look, for our calculations, the USD ain't working. We need our currency. That's pressure within themselves. Then you have the current HCL. You just heard, what did Delta say? Kurdistan hasn't even sent their oil money. They were supposed to, and they were supposed to send some to them, that's 17%. But none of that is happening. They're kind of mad at each other. Well, of course not. Raise the value, then we can figure out what you owe me. HCL, budget, the whole works. Talk about pressure? Yeah, it's pressure. Fab 4. Fab 4 is ready to beat them with a stick. Iraqi constitutional mandates? No. Question number 2. Are the citizens seeking any kind of price? Are the citizens seeing any kind of price drop? Purchasing power. Not really. You do have sporadic but it doesn't count, in my opinion. For example, we found cars that were really low, but I think it's because they're just moving them, that's all. We don't really see the price of fruits and vegetables that's dramatically low now. Why did you do a price adjustment? Well, because our currency is worth more. So their currency is not worth more, so there is no price adjustments yet. But they know what's going on. Question number, I think it's 3 is next. Yeah, 3. Hi, Frank. Thank you for all that you do for us. I realize that we are currently in phase 3. How many phases are there? You're in phase 3 because I told you you're in phase 3. I never really, I did tell you that there's 3, but I meant to say you're in phase 3. Phase 2 ended last week. You're in phase 3. How do I answer that question? Remember? 4 weeks, right? Okay. Question number 4. The IQD is hopefully going to RI at $3.22. In your opinion, but you see, that wasn't a real rate. The IQD is hopefully going to RI at 322 plus. In your opinion, the dinar currency we all hold has never reached that high of value. Very good. It was the currency of Saddam. Very good. Is this a problem? The IQD is hopefully going to RI at 322. In your opinion, the dinar currency we all hold has never reached that high of a value. It is the currency of Saddam. Is that going to be a problem? If it was the currency of Saddam, we would all be up Kaka Creek. But it's not the currency of Saddam. Those are called Swiss notes. And it's got his ugly picture on it. You seen the picture on him on it? He's like, he's ugly. No, you don't want that. And you're right. It was blown up artificially. The IMF said, what are you doing? That's the value of my currency. No, it's not. It's the value that I established. That ain't cool. Well, I don't give a squat. Everybody wants my oil. Whatever. Things like that are usually toppled by authority, and it's usually the authority that has the advantage. So, is it a problem? If it was Saddam Swiss notes, it'd be a problem, but it's not. It's going to be a redenomination, a new currency. Now, as far as 322, I don't know the rate. I do know 1-1 inside of Iraq, internally. Outside of it, I don't know. But is it a problem? Oh, heck no. They've calculated, recalculate. They know their numbers. Because the Fab Four helped them to back it up, especially with gold, and they know their numbers. Question number 5. Given that we are now in phase 3, Are there any key events that the teams are waiting to see other than the RI? Well, as of this morning or late last night, we find out about this big gazillion billion march. We thought it was just one that that strip was cleared for many reasons, but it turns out that I think like 19 provinces are showing up. This will be seen from space. You see, the reason we called our UB2B tonight, the title is Citizens, all of us, get together. Hold on, you ready? Everybody unite. Are we ready? Are we ready to go and challenge them? Where's our jobs? Where's our monetary reform? Where's our economic reform? Are we ready? All right. Let's roll. Number six. Last night you mentioned the issue of new currency to replace the old. That was in our team chat, not outside. But I'll answer your question because you are team chat. Last night you mentioned the issue of new currency to replace the old in the United States. Is this the new version of the old currency or new notes different than those currently in circulation? For example, the USTN. Oh man, why you ask me that? This batch, in my opinion, no. And I told you what they were for yesterday, remember? They're for what? Same thing that CBI is doing. They're for what? The worn and torn. Question number 7, I believe. In your opinion, hold on. In your opinion, what would be the difference when you make your questions, guys? Pay attention to your grammar. It makes it easy for me to understand what you're asking. In your opinion, what would be the difference between I think what you're saying is, in your opinion, what's the difference between Iraq showing up for NASDAQ versus being live with a new rate? Being live is that they're ready to go. They raise the value of their currency. Showing up is for both. You show up and you tell us if you're ready. If you're ready, let's go. You show up and you tell us if you're ready. If not ready, fine, but show up. Question number 8. I thought Iraq was already trading in dinars with Iran. Well, they used to. They sure as heck better not no more. Iran's exports to Iraq has increased. Say what? Iran's exports to... Who's asking this question? No. Do you understand this is an embargo, a blockade, sanctions? How could they increase? All right, let me just... I thought Iraq was already trading in dinars with Iran. No. Iran's exports to Iraq has increased. No. Wonder how they are paying for it. With gold? No, to all that. Number 9. Has the CBI resolved the unauthorized e-digital company performing for the banking system? I don't know. Good question. I don't know. I'm sure it is because, well, it depends on those 2 files that Walking Stick has, but I don't believe that there's any problems. And he's in the hospital, and he told me that he will call me tomorrow with the report. So if there was a problem, he would have at least texted that to me. So no, I don't think that's an issue. And I'm sure it's resolved. Question number 10. The 200, how they doing, Tink?
Good.
Am I wasting my time? Question number 10. The 250 note is currently equal to 22 cents. The USD, the 500 note, is equal to 43. You're repeating the things I teach you. No, you never thought of those ideas. No one ever came up with that idea. No one ever explained to you that this is the introduction to fractional banking, did they? No. Before they introduced the true fractional banking with the fills, did they ever tell you this? Any guru, anywhere at all? No. Okay. So let me repeat what I taught you. The question is, the 250 note is currently 22 cents. The USD, the 500 note is 43 cents USD. Once they increase the purchasing power, how will these notes be treated for us outside of Iraq? At 1-to-1, that's what it's worth. If that's what you're asking. Here, take the first one. The 250 note is currently about 22 cents at 1-to-1. Yeah. Now it leaves the borders of Iraq, and you got a 250 note outside of Iraq, and they raise the value to 1-to-1 inside of the country. How much is that worth? 22 cents. Now you wait, and the value of the Iraqi dinar climbs up because of the stock market, because of trade, because of trust and usage of the currency, and all of a sudden it's, let's say it's 2-to-1 to the American dollar. Well, now it's not 22 cents. That's 44 cents. Got it? See how it works? And keep on going. Okay. That's how it affects it. How does one legally separate a bundle of dinars if several paid into that million gift or seller letter? Look, all you have to do is take the receipt. It is in the name of one individual. If you order from me and my broker, you're going to get a receipt. Down at the bottom is the FIN number. That is the FIN number that allows my broker with the United States Treasury to sell you the currency. I am an agent in between the two, or actually between the three of us. I take your order. Then my broker sends you the product and a receipt. Right here, it's going to say your name, your address, and how much you bought, 1 million dinars. Let's say that half of that million belongs to somebody else. All you've got to do is take I, Frank Villa, on this date, turn over 1 million dinars of this 1 million dinar receipt to, oh, and by the way, I, Frank Villa, my phone number, my address, my social security number, my email, my shirt size, my sock size, whatever, anything that's that's prudent to you. And then at the bottom, I sign over this receipt to, well, let's say I'm signing it over to my son. His address, his phone number, his email, his everything that you need. There it is. Now make a copy of that. Make a copy. You keep the original. Take the copy and give it to your son, who you gifted half of what's on here. Because here it explains that you sent over this receipt to your son. He's got his receipt, you got your receipt because of your signature. If ever they are audited, well, Frank, when we go to the bank, I'm going to need my receipt before they exchange my currency, right? No. They don't give a squat about where you bought your dinars. What they're going to do is they're going to take your dinars and they're going to send them somewhere because they don't have a Delarue or a currency book. If that's the case, walk out of the bank. Walk out. But if they can, well, then they'll tell you, let me see here. And I'm put it on your line. Yeah, this is real. We'll exchange it for you. Thank you very much. There's no need for a bank to ask you, let me see your receipt. No. But if you're ever audited and Uncle Sam says, you bought this many receipts? Yes, I did. Let me see the receipt for it. There it is right there. Let's just say that you gave, half of that million is mine. The other half is my son's. I see. Okay, all right. And then the son, if the son ever gets audited, you've been audited, and we need to check out your report. So you bought this $500,000 dinars, it says here. From who? Oh, I see your parents. Hold on, let me see. Give me a second. Ring-a-ding-ding, ring-a-ding-ding, and hello. Hey, yes, we're here auditing your son. Just want to verify that you did this. You did this? Okay, thank you. Bye. Okay. All right, let's continue to bust your behind because we are the IRS. Anyways, so there's how you do that. Next question, question number 12.
11 or 12?
12. When are you getting a haircut? That was for a ponytail. I don't have a ponytail no more. Come on, be fair. This is not. Somebody said it's a mullet. Mullet, my. Look. See? See? It's not a ponytail no more. It's just an extension of my follicles. Question number 13. Has anyone read with their own eyes the actual date in October for the IQD to go live, not just the article stating October 2019? Yeah. Yeah. I wish you would have made a copy when we put it on our form. Now, if you haven't, let me see. Maybe you can just ask inside of Team Chat. I mean, that's what it's for. It's loaded with people. See if anybody has that article that NASDAQ put out. Had a nice picture of the outside window of NASDAQ. You know, their billboard. I hope you find it. Question number 14. Does Walking Sticks Bank know of Question number 14. Does Walking Sticks Banks know of increase in value? It's a vague question, so it's a simple answer, no. Question number 15. If you have to, you have to word your questions right in order to get the right answers from me, even though it's all in my opinion. You see that, Jay? Ron Bister or something like that. Ron Bister said, I ain't got no hair. Oh, bother. Maybe I can get a transplant so I can frank it out. You silly rabbit, you. Question 15. If, since the banks were closed for maintenance during the banking hours, does that mean that it would be possible that they could flip the switch during banking hours as well, or will it be while we sleep for certain? For certain. Nothing is for certain. Come on, there's no date, no rate to be given. And as far as when, we've already told you in our opinion. Look, follow the logic. The sun comes up over Baghdad, over Iraq. Where you at? Over there, far over there in the west, right? The sun's got to go across the Atlantic Ocean before it even rises over there in the east coast of the United States, right? Okay. So where you at when the sun is waking everybody in Iraq? Where you at? You're asleep. Okay. So at the early rise, at the early start of the day there, what do you think if they made a change? When would they make the change? Early in the morning, right away to start the day? Or maybe in the afternoon, or maybe at closing hour? Right away. So there's a change in the CBI website, the exchange rate numbers, and oh wow, everybody's excited. The media catches it. You wake up and you got Owen and CNN and Fox and everybody talking. Today, the Iraqi dinar increased its value and joined the international market, and now Iraq is doing really good. And it turns out that Iraq has been dealt out by Donald Trump, and oh my God, the economies of the world are exploding. Tell me. Good morning, Vietnam. Because, in my opinion, they're not about to be left out. Question number 16. In your opinion, will the dinar be the first to reinstate and then, what are the odds? Well, because of what I just said. Number 16, in your opinion, will the dinar be the first to reinstate and then the other countries in the same basket as the dinar will follow what Iraq did? No. No. This is. You ever watch those the girls that put all that Jello in their hair? They put that Jello in their hair, and then they put that. They pinch their nose like that. You know, they pinch their nose, and they got all that Jello in their hair, and they jump into the water, into the swimming pool, and you can see their legs kicking up, and then the other leg kicks up, and then, oh wow. I mean, you got 58 legs that are kicking and doing the same thing. What's that called? Synchronized swimming, right? Synchronized swimming. The basket will be synchronized. It's only logical. It has to be. I mean, you need to imagine one goes up to up in value or pegging to the American dollar, and the other ones are still worthless. Well, what's the sense of being part of the basket? We're supposed to. Okay. Question number 17. Frank, do you see the dong anywhere near? No, it's in my safe. Frank, do you see the dong anywhere near? I don't talk about other currencies except the Iraqi dinar. But if I was to talk about any other currency, like for example, the Chinese yuan, no, I wouldn't talk about that. The Russian ruble, no, I wouldn't talk about that. The Iranian rial, no, I wouldn't talk about that. But if there was any other currency I would talk about, would be the dong. You know something, family? There's only one central bank on this planet that has got me excited because of what they say. And it is the only currency since I've been involved in it for what, 16 years now? 16, is that right? 16 plus? Or no? I can't even think. 2004. What would it be? Yeah, 16 years ago. 2004. 16 or 15 years ago that I bought my currency. In all those years, there hasn't been any other currency that hasn't had a gradual growth. Isn't that interesting? All other currencies have gone up and down or down, but the dinar is the only one I've ever seen that's had this steady growth. It's been PIP movements, small increments, but still, it's a steady upward growth. Interesting. And number two, it is the only currency whose mother, central bank, has told me we're in the process of raising the value of it. Vietnamese, what is it? CIV. Tell me, are you planning on raising the value of your currency? No plans right now. I could care less about you. But there were trades, there were deals, there were things that were done that were never publicized about. And in my opinion, the Vietnamese dong is worthy. Therefore, if I was to study any other currency, if I was to teach any other currency, it would be the Vietnamese dong. Why not? I am from the Vietnam era. I could help with my friends, and we could help you the way we did the dinar, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I mean, it's not like I get paid for what I do. Question number 18, Frank 26. Is the border between Iraq and Iran closed or better? Well, that's military, not something to talk about. Let's just put it this way. When you go to sleep at night, is your home well fortified and protected? You make sure of that? Yeah, good. Do you know how important Iraq is to the rest of the world with what Donald Trump is doing with Iraq? Yeah. So when we go to sleep at night, do you think that we've got that place well protected? Not just the border between Iraq and Iran? Yeah. Question number 18, Frank 26, is the border... that was that. Cool. So question number 19, Frank, will the Lions cover tomorrow against the Chiefs? My Lions are undefeated. They're number one in their division, but not after tomorrow. Green Bay, I think, will take their place. And no, we got lucky with the Philadelphia Eagles because they didn't have their two wide receivers, nor one of their DBs. And then on Thursday, Philadelphia plays who? Green Bay in our league, in our division. Oh my gosh, what a game. And at the end, Philly pulls it out. I mean, even though we beat Philly, wow. No, you see, we beat them without their star players. And the last one we played, the Chargers, well, somehow or another, they just gave up the game. The other one that we were going to win it, but it turned out to be a tie. My Lions are my Lions. They break my heart. So tomorrow, they will perform open heart surgery on my heart. Hey, I tell you what, it looks like that's all the questions. Did you have a good time? We were together for quite a while. God bless you all. Be safe, you be strong. I pray to God that we were able to teach you some things tonight and answer many of your questions. Thank you, KTFA Premium, for allowing me to answer your questions out here in the open in front of everyone. They're your questions. I will always answer to you first. We answered some questions here on our UB2B a couple of days ago, or last night, I can't remember.
Yesterday.
Was it yesterday, Time? Time goes by so fast. Time goes by, you know, time goes by fast even when you're not having fun. Thank God I'm having fun. A big protest is coming. I will not be with you tomorrow. No UB2B. And I'm not giving you Firefly Report, nor tomorrow. That means that on Monday, we have a lot to talk about, don't we? On Monday, there could be some very, very serious, meaningful changes by then. Let's see what happens. Y'all take care. God bless you. Aloha. Aloha neke. Oi, all of you, which you are. You're the best. And ahui ho on Monday. I'll be with you Monday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, UB2B. Then at 5 to 7, you know what I do. And then from 7 until about 10, our live stream production. You join us then. Take care. Bye-bye. Let's roll.